All right, we just got the green light. Let me go ahead and do my checks real quick on Facebook. Let's see here. Yep, we good on Facebook. And then on YouTube, we should be good too. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Come on in, climb on in, climb on in. You are in for a treat this evening. I'm just doing a couple of checks. Make sure that I'm good on my social medias. And you guys are in for a real treat, okay? So if you're tuning in, go ahead and drop where you're tuning in from, folks. Don't be shy. Yeah, we're good on YouTube as well. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video that you're never going to forget, okay? You're here for a reason. There's no coincidences, as I always like to say. And here's a good saying that I like to say about coincidences. Coincidence is a word that God created to keep himself incognito. You get that?
I'm writing that one now.
Let me say it again, ladies and gentlemen. Coincidence is a word that God created to keep himself incognito. Okay? We have opportunities that come across our desks every day. And ladies and gentlemen, it's up to you to make a logical decision. Tonight is your night to make that decision. Tonight, you're going to be amazed. You're going to be floored. You're going to be ecstatic. Whatever optimistic word you can think about, I want you to think about that. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you're in your car, you're at home, turn down the music, turn down the TV. I want you to focus with us, okay? This information, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to get it in school. You're not going to get it. I'm guarantee you. This information is worth millions, okay? So pay attention. It's going to change your life, all right? And let me say this before we begin. In education, like you go to college, an education will make you a living. But ladies and gentlemen, a skill will make you a fortune. Facts. What you're going to learn tonight and what you're going to be witnessing is a skill that's been turned into a fortune. And guess what? You're going to be able to tap into the same thing if you so choose. All right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that's my introduction. My name is Ontarian, the Passive Income Guru. I'm here with my coach, my Forex trading coach, Coach MJ. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach, welcome to the platform. We're thrilled that you're here. You've done something that is that I've never seen before or even heard of before. And I've been in the game for a long time. And just from what you've been able to do and the duplication and things you've been able to help other people do is phenomenal. So welcome to the stage, my friend. How you doing this evening?
I'm feeling good, man. Like I said before we started the recording, I've been telling everybody lately, I'm blessed. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, doing so well. If I keep doing better, they're going to think I'm cheating after a while.
Hey, that's how I get. And ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, I got my passive income juice right here.
Let's get it.
It's $100 a jar. You want to know how I get passive income every day? This juice right here, $100 a jar. See me afterwards, okay? But anyway, look, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into this, okay? If you're at home, you're not mobile, go ahead and take out a pen, pad, maybe take notes on your cell, whatever you do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to change your life, okay? Like I said before. So, without further ado, Coach, there's a lot of people, and guys, you know who I am, okay? Those of you who follow me, you've been knowing me for years. If you don't know who I am, just do your research, okay? But we're here to talk about Coach, okay? Coach, there's a lot of people that don't know who you are, never seen you before, ever in life. Can you give them a little background about just who you are, your story a little bit, just kind of give people a little taste of who you are?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Marcus Jeremiah Worthmore. Marcus Jeremiah is my hyphenated first name. It's a whole lot to say. So I just had everybody call me MJ because 6 syllables and such.
Right.
I've been in the finance space, direct sales and finance since I was 18. I'll be 37 next week. So just under
Okay.
20 years in terms of being in the finance and direct selling space. I've been a professional and fully full-time Forex trader for the last 3.5 years. I started 4.5 years ago. But outside of Forex, like the main words that describe me, husband, father, basketball player, coffee drinker, chess player. I like king crab legs. I like steak. I like books. I'm a simple cat. I'm the guy you can pretty much set your watch by. If I'm not in my office, one of my 2 offices, either at the basketball court or in the weight room or with my family. So I tell everybody all the time, like, I'm special because God made me, but like ain't too much extraordinary about me because I'm statistically supposed to be dead or in jail based on where I'm from. Raised by a single mom from the streets of Philadelphia. So like, I know that realistically speaking, like God has had his hand on my life, and where I am now is just a testament to how good God is, not how cool Coach MJ is. And I'm just a simple dude. I'm a simple regular guy. I think I'm cool, but I've been called a cool geek. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the guy that'll make you laugh. We can kick it. We can have fun. But if you leave me to my own devices, I'm pretty much going to be in a book or in a course somewhere. But that's me. I'm a simple guy, man. I love my family. I love the Lord, and I like making money, and I like to help other people make money. That's me. That's my life.
Man, I can tell that. When we first connected, Coach, I already knew that about you just from our first conversation.
Yeah.
That you was a stand-up guy. I said, we're gonna do some big things together, man. You're gonna, know what I'm saying, and seeing all the people you've helped in this space, and it's phenomenal.
Appreciate
So
that.
I got some questions for you because people are curious about this astronomical feat that you acquired. But before we get to that, the punchline question, we got some other questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay? I got it written down here. So we got new people on that's listening, and they're, of course, people are going to listen to a recording. We got intermediate folks who knows about Forex, and then we got advanced folks. But I want to cater to everyone, especially the new folks as well. Okay, so could you give us just a small synopsis of what actually is Forex?
Okay, so professional Forex. So Forex, of course, it's a hyphenation, if you will. It's a combination of 2 words, foreign exchange, and it's the market. It is a person being able to buy one currency in order to sell another currency, or to sell one currency in order to buy another currency. And really, it's a money man's game of supply and demand. The way I break it down to all people is that if you can look at something and understand when something is going to be valuable at one point in time, and see that it's undervalued, you can be the person that buys it when it's undervalued, knowing that its future value will be significantly higher. It's kind of like finding out who Michael Jordan is before he becomes the guy who wins 3 rings back to back, and you get an opportunity to be an investor that that buys into Nike before he becomes the GOAT.
Before he becomes, kind of like Ronnie James a little bit, huh?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, the thing I love about Forex is that it gives people who have foresight the opportunity to maximize on potential before everybody else catches the wave. Because the money is not made once the wave is obvious. The money is made before the wave becomes obvious, right? So if you are like, that's the game of Forex. And of course, we're dealing with with foreign exchange. We're dealing with currencies. We're dealing with precious metals, commodities, indices, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's all about supply and demand. It's all about value versus something being undervalued or overvalued. So if I get the chance to see a pair of Jordans that I know at some point in time in my life will be worth $500 a pair, but they currently on sale for $10, I get to be the person that buys them for $10, knowing that I'm going to sell them for $500 and get to keep the difference, right? Gotcha. Or I'm the person that sees that a pair of J's is overvalued, they price too high, and they're not selling. So I get the opportunity to sell at a high price and then buy it back at a low price and keep the difference in my pocket. If you can translate that theology, that thought, to foreign exchange, that's how you'll make money. You know what I mean? So that's what the Forex game is. I'm oversimplifying it because it would literally take me an entire masterclass just to break down what foreign exchange is, but it really is just it's the transactions of one country's currency being transferred in value to another country's currency with an online broker. The thing I always ask people is like, have you ever traveled, overseas? So if you ever traveled overseas, you know that there's a currency exchange rate. So if you live in the United States and you were to go to Europe, yes, they accept the dollar over there, but they mainly want you to spend your money in euros. So if
Right.
you've got $100 in United States dollars, you got to translate that to euros. Well, there's an exchange rate that tells you how many euros you would get for your dollars, right? Now, let's say you go overseas and you change all those dollars into euros, but the exchange rate goes up in favor of the dollar, right? When you come back to the United States and exchange your euros back to dollars, you'll probably get more money than what you originally had. And the difference is your profit. But instead of having to go back and forth from country to country, you can make those transactions online via online broker. And it literally made the whole world small. And it's a place where anybody, when you really understand what makes the market move, anybody can become wealthy.
Nice. I like, man. I love that breakdown right there. It's a refresher for me. The way you broke it down, like, man, that makes a lot of sense, man. Now this is a bonus question. This just popped in my mind as you were saying that. My wife, she thinks that because she loves to go, one of our things we like to do on date night is go play slots at the casino. And she swears up and down that Forex is the same gamble. I said, no, it's not. I said Forex is an educated guess more than at a casino. You just pushing buttons. You're just not even thinking about it. You're just pushing buttons.
Right.
You see? So she swears up and down. I said, when you understand, I said, you got to educate yourself about Forex. It's not no slots. Okay, tell you that right now. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a lot of differences because if you go to the casino, there's no opportunity for you to gather information about which machine is about to pay you profits, right?
There you go.
It's a pure gamble. So it's like you could pick the right machine at the wrong time. And no matter how many times you pull the trigger, it's never going to pay you profits. There's no way for you to be able to tell if the machine is about to give up the goods. Whereas a person can pick the right machine at the right time, sit right next to you, put $1 in, pull the trigger, and hit the jackpot. And they had no idea the same way you had no idea, because let's just call it what it is. If you knew that machine was about to potentially give up the goods, you wouldn't have sat at the machine that you sat at pulling the trigger all night long, right? When it comes to foreign exchange, I tell people all the time, it's not a guessing game. It's not a game. It shouldn't be anyway. And that's why a lot of people lose all their money, because it's like, oh, it's just a gamble. It's just a guess. No, it's not a guess. The best traders in the world, the elite traders, they understand supply and demand. They understand value versus overvalue. They understand what makes a currency strong or weak. And if you know how to become a detective and you know how to gather the information necessary to determine if one country's currency is going to be strong or weak versus another country's currency being strong or weak, you can pit those two against each other and you can capitalize on the inevitable move, right? And because the ability to gather data and stack confluences is available to the Forex trader, you can increase the likelihood of you winning versus just hoping that maybe I'll press the button to give me some money. So one of the things that I do before I place any trade is I do deep research, and I find out before I even look at a chart, why would this particular currency pair move? In what direction would it move in? And because I'm able to gather that data, because I'm able to gather that information, I increase the likelihood of taking on a profitable position versus just sitting at any old random machine, any old random chart and pressing the button.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure my wife watches this so she can, understand what's going on. And then she just may need a little swig of this to get a whiskey out of it. Awesome, Coach. So next question is why did you start Forex instead of, because there's a lot of things you can get into when it comes to investing. You could have got into real estate, you could have got into insurance sales. Why Forex?
So many reasons. The number one reason is probably the most unpopular, and it's because I wanted to learn how to make money and make the money that I was used to making without needing to deal with people. And it's ironic because once I became a coach, all I do is deal with people all day. But it's cool because even though I deal with people all day, I don't have to, because I know if I shut my whole business down, my family's straight because I know how to trade, wins and losses included. right?
There you go.
So I wanted to learn the skill of Forex because I wanted to know how to make my nut, if you will, without needing somebody on the other end of the transactions. I've been in direct sales since I was 18, right?
Okay.
And when I got into direct sales, I spent the first decade and change getting my butt kicked, only making a little bit of money. But when I finally focused on not just skill development, but personal development for all my note takers, that's money makers, that's a note right there. When I focused on the combination of personal development and skill development, within 2 years of that focus, I made my first 6 figures, right? And yes, the mindset changed, and yes, the skill set evolved. But one thing I needed in order to make my $2,000 to $3,000 every week was for another person to say yes to my offer, right?
Right.
So what it made me realize when we got hit with the COVID slap, when my financial services business got shut down because my mentor turned out to be a crook, when all those things happened, I didn't have somebody on the other side of the transaction to say yes. And because I couldn't get somebody to say yes to an offer, I couldn't make money. So I went back into bartending. And by now you gotta think, like, when I started making 6 figures, I left bartending in order to do financial services and direct sales full time.
Okay.
So my financial thermostat was up here. You know what I mean? I was used to making 12, 15,000, sometimes $20,000 in a month by just pure like hard work, pounding the pavement, knocking on doors, out dialing everybody. I was that person that made that money because I was just willing to work like a madman. My now wife was pregnant with our son, MJ, when I lost everything. And I told her, like, yo, look, when you move in with me and we together, I'm gonna take care of everything. Just make sure that the phone stay on and make sure that I eat. That's it. So now I've got this woman who's committed her life to me, who's pregnant with my child, looking at me like, yo, you said you was gonna take care of me. So what's up? So I had to go back to bartending, and I'm bartending 2 jobs, working, realistically speaking, 14 hours a day to try to make $8,000 a month. I had to work doubles 6 days a week as a bartender to try to make $8,000 a month. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. And when I got to the point where I was making that 8,000, sometimes 9,000 in a month as a bartender, I was dead. Like, I was working all day, every day, doubles, open to close a restaurant, go home, had a little something to eat, pass out on the couch, wake up, go open a restaurant, do it all over again. I was doing that. And I was just like, man, I'm right back to needing somebody to say yes. I'm right back to needing somebody to give me the hours. I'm right back to needing to do the song and dance. And would you like some crab legs with that Long Island iced tea in order to try to make my nugget, you know? And aside from the fact that the money was good, all my time was gone, my health was deteriorating. You know, we had our baby. I was barely able to be there after she had our baby. She's alone. That's not the relationship she signed up for.
Right.
And I realized that I needed to find a way to get back to the money, but still have a life. So when I got introduced to Forex, I was like, how many people do I need to recruit in order to make $10,000 a month? Because when I first learned about Forex, I said no. I was like, nah, I'm cool, because the opportunity to learn was connected with a network marketing opportunity. And I've been there, done that. I was cool.
Right.
And I'm like, well, how many people I got to recruit? And my boy told me, and I'm like, I don't want to do all that. And then he doubled his money in a month. And he's like, yo, I'm making this much money. Half of it is coming from building, the other half coming from trading. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. But that number ain't enough for me. When he got to 20K a month, I'm like, how much is that from Forex? And he was like 10,000 of it is from building. The other, 8 to 10,000 is from trading, taking signals. And I was like, let me ask you something. How long did it take for you to get to the point where you can make a consistent $8 to $10,000 just trading? He was like, oh, it took me like a year and some change, but I'm a 9th grade dropout and you're pretty smart. So if I can figure it out, you definitely can. And I was like, all right, it sounds good, but I still was kind of skeptical. When he got to the point where he was about to cross 40K a month, that was it for me. So I was like, yo, sign me up. So I did that because I saw somebody who was making my number without needing to transact. And I was like, if I can learn the skill set and make my number without needing to chase my family and friends around, without needing to sign up my grandma, without needing to motivate a team every damn day, if I can learn how to make that kind of money, cool. So that's what I signed up for. And I signed up and I was still skeptical, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like, man, what the hell I done did? I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what I did now? And I signed up, and I remember taking a signal on US 30 and made 500. 500 first thing in the morning. My coffee wasn't even all the way hot yet. And I was like, yo, this is right here. Because I used to work doubles to make 250, 300, but I made $500 in the morning off the trade. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. So that's why being able to make that kind of money without needing people to say yes, that's what hooked me.
That's powerful, man. That hopefully, hopefully you guys heard what he just said. Everything that right there in a nutshell, man. Look, that's fire right there. Because, ladies and gentlemen, like you said, when Forex is just you and the charts, okay. You're not convincing nobody to buy anything. You're not trying to recruit nobody, okay. And like I said before we started this interview, guys, I said a skill set can make you a fortune, okay. This skill set, instead of an education, okay, regular traditional education, is going to make you just a living. So continue to pay attention, guys. We got more stuff, more questions for Coach. That's man. That question right there. We can end it right there. I got more questions though. Let's see. Third question: do you feel Forex can help folks quit their jobs in 2024 and beyond, and how?
So the honest answer, the ugly honest answer is it depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the person, and it really depends on who the person was and the personal development that the person went through up until this point. Because a person who starts learning how to trade Forex now, they may already have a very high financial thermostat. They may already have a very high pain threshold, a very high risk tolerance. So they're the kind of person that's like, they've got the money to learn how to trade. They've got the time to really dive deep into the education and give it what it deserves. They've got the tenacity to focus on being good, focusing on the learning, knowing that the earning is going to come after that. And then they've got the finances to risk it. And as long as the reward is lopsided in their favor, then yeah, they can make the kind of money that would make them job optional. That's what we preach. But the truth of the matter is most people need to start at ground zero or close to ground zero. And I believe that in order to learn the technical and fundamental stuff necessary to be a good trader, if you were to dedicate about an hour a day, give it a good year, and by the end of that year, you should be able to be profitable. And what I tell everybody is like, making money is all about math. And when you figure out risk to reward, it just becomes a matter of adding zeros to both sides of the equation. If you can turn $1 into $3, you can turn 1,000 into 3,000. It's the same math.
That's right.
It's the same skill set.
Yeah.
But you got to be the person that can risk the 1,000, and if you lose it, it don't break your account and it don't ruin your marriage. You feel what I'm saying?
There you go.
So it's all of that stuff that's necessary. So I can't say like if somebody started trading right now, they can be job optional by the end of the year. I would say it depends. And I know that that's the not so sexy answer that works as a detriment to my business, because I could be the guy that promises you riches, fame, and glory in 3 to 6 months, but I know that's cap. And I'm not the person who's going to take anybody for their money. You know what I mean? I'd rather tell you like, nah, it's going to be a journey. It's going to take a little longer than what you like. It's going to be hard, and you have to grow in the midst of getting the education. So can it eventually make you job optional? Absolutely it can. Did I get lucky? You could say so. But at the same time, it only took me about 5 months to get funded. It took me a year to be able to walk away from my job from the day I signed the dotted line. But all of the work leading up to that is what made me the person that was ready and available to become a professional Forex trader faster than normal, right? Gotcha. I had already read hundreds of books. I had already done a lot of personal development. I had already done a lot of deep work. I'd already sacrificed a lot. I already learned about risk management. I already learned about how to tell myself no. I had already learned how to delay gratification. All that stuff that happened at the age of 33, being able to go pro at 33 was because at age 18, I had the likes of John Sartoris, Eugene Bell, Holton Buggs, Curtis May, Robert Kiyosaki, all these names that I can name, Mike Diller. I had all these people in my paradigm telling me to risk low for high reward, to buy low, sell high, to sell high, buy low, to delay the gratification today for the bigger upside opportunity tomorrow. I had 15 years of getting my teeth kicked in by the world, so that by the time I showed up on the scene, it's like, damn, you are overnight success. My overnight success took me 15 years to build, fam.
Right,
You feel me? So can it make you job optional? Hell yeah, it can. But you got to be willing to remove the length of time that you put on it and just superimpose the word until, right? Like, I'm going to study until I get good at this. I'm going to put in the work until I get good at this. Doesn't matter how long it takes, because the upside reward is always lopsided in your favor. You got the rest of your whole life ahead of you. So if it took you 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, how many years of your life do you have left? If you got another 30, 40, 50 years ahead of you, so what if you got to invest 3 to 5 of those to master the skill set that's going to let you make 10, 20, 30, $40,000 in a month for the rest of your life?
Powerful. Man,
You know
man, I hope y'all took notes on that thing. Look, like that right there, look, folks don't understand that, you know, the grind before the shine is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The long nights up at night wondering, you know, get to where we gotta be, folks, is real. There's no such thing as instant gratification.
Come on.
Okay. The crawl before the walk is real. I mean, it's ladies and gentlemen, you gotta before you win big, sacrifice got to come.
That's a fact.
You got to sacrifice something. Either you're gonna sacrifice your time or your money.
Yeah.
One or the other. Okay, but both has to be sacrificed at some point for you to see some type of daylight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There's no such thing as this instant gratification. Okay, so that's perfect, man. Look, I remember personally in my journey, you know, sleeping on couches and floors to get to where I need to be.
Yeah,
and I still had tunnel vision, and I was doing the same thing you was doing, Coach, putting those books in my. I sat with 2006 and 2009 when I came online. I sat with a personal development group that it's not around anymore. It was called a Million Mind March. And all we did was read books. We read Think and Grow Rich. We read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, The Science of Getting Rich. We just mastermind with books. Yeah. And I was kind of confused and frustrated at first, because I was like, man, I'm trying to make money. What was we reading books for? Yeah. Then it snapped on me. I'm like, oh, we gotta, because he talked about getting the old furniture out of your mind to bring in the new furniture. Yeah. I said, that makes sense. Yeah. And then you know what we did at the end, which is crazy, Coach. And I gotta send you a picture of it. We literally buried the words I can. I have a tombstone. This is January 21st, 2009. I remember to this day. That's powerful. I made a mock tombstone. It was at night. And I wrote the words "Rip I Can" on there, and I buried that thing. Come on. Everybody did. It was you talking about powerful? That word has never come in my language in years. Once you master your mind, folks, I'm telling you, you're gonna go places. Facts. Okay, man. All right. Question 4. Let's see. What makes your so here we go. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now, Coach. Okay. Now, there's a lot of mentors in the Forex space, Coach. We can go on Google, YouTube, and type in Forex mentor, and everybody claims to be a mentor and a coach. Mm-hmm. My question to you, sir, is what makes your mentorship different from other Forex trading mentors or coaches?
So it's a couple of things. The first thing that I think makes me different and makes me stand apart is my level of authenticity. I lose out loud, you know, like I'm not afraid to show my losses, and I'm not afraid to show like my string of losses. I know that every coach, mentor, guru out there, you know, all they showcase is their wins. They don't show when they got clapped. They don't show when they don't show when they got spiked out in price runs. They don't show when they over leveraged. You know, like I show when I get beat, and I also show my students after I've been beat, I am not beaten. I'm not defeated. I'm not destroyed. Like I'm the person that's like, yo, I took a loss today. I'm coming back to get my lick tomorrow. But for the rest of the evening, I'm going to figure out why I was wrong. Right. And I don't see many people teaching that. I think everybody's teaching, here's how to be right. And when you teach somebody, here's how to be right, here's how to be right, and they still get it wrong, you put people in a position where they deal with heartbreak and they deal with disappointment. And it's like, well, if you had set the expectation that you can teach somebody how to do all the right things and they can follow a step-by-step systematic process, and because the market is unpredictable, still get it wrong. If you don't set people up to help them understand that that's just a part of the game, you'll get people that quit because they think there's something wrong with them. Right. So the thing that I think, the very first thing I think sets me apart is like, I let people know on the forefront, but I also teach people how to be successful, even if they lose the majority of the time. Right. So there's that part. I'm big on risk management. I'm big on risk consistency. I'm big on having more than enough capital to trade so you can take small risk consistently for lopsided reward over time, so that over time your profits start to compound and pay you and pay you and pay you. That's one thing that I think truly sets me apart from everybody else. The other thing that I know absolutely sets me apart from everybody else is that I focus on having a very deep understanding of the fundamentals that drive the Forex market. Yes, right. Sir. And most people just come to a chart. Yep. Most people just do support, resistance, trend lines, moving average crossovers, MACD, RSI, break and retest. But of 100 traders, one of them understands the importance of the fundamental drivers that move the Forex market. And there's a 50% chance that person might understand the importance, but they don't know how to interpret it. Right. That's what I focus on. Like the massive trade that paid out stupid money that I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about. Like, you were in that trade. You were in that plus the twin trade. Like, it wasn't the fact that like we murdered that trade. It's because I knew why the market was going to move the way it did. So I was able to position myself and position everybody else that's connected to me to get in for that move, because I was like, I know what this means. This means that this particular currency pair is going to move in this direction, and it's going to move in this direction for an extended period of time. So let's get in on this big ass move. And this pair will make this pair move, and this pair will make this pair move. And now, because I understood one good fundamental breakdown, we was able to catch crazy money across 4 or 5 different pairs. Man, that's the thing I focus on. When most people are just, come to a chart, draw blocks around zones, and then wait for a pattern. I'm like, that's the stuff that you do last. If you don't know how to develop a trade idea and determine the direction of the market without even looking at a chart, you're a gambler. Like, you don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I focus on, because that's what the billion-dollar traders do. That's what the $100 million traders do. That's what the $10 million traders do. The traders that just make, just flossing a couple of dollars here and there with 37 positions, they made $500 because they got lucky. They don't know why the hell GJ went for 800 pips. They don't know. They don't know. I do. And because I focus on that, and I focus on teaching that, so that people, that's the other thing that's different about me. Like, I don't gatekeep, I don't get, like, I give it all up. I give you everything, and a lot of Forex traders out there are really just glorified marketers and salespeople, and they only give you enough to get you hooked and to keep you paying, but they don't give you enough to make you independent. Right. I legitimately want the people that come under my mentorship to be able to do what I do without me. I want to work myself out of a job. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's those 3 things that make me so very different from everybody. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm not so popular, because what I do is not sexy, but it works.
It does work. It does work. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, when I came into your fold, coach, that fundamental game is crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how you can look at an event and say, okay, because this is happening, this should happen in the market. That's, guys, when you understand that part, and coach breaks it down like elementary, you're gonna be, your eyes gonna open like, well, look, I understand why it moves like that now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I mean, guys, if you're looking at the chart and to you it's like a bunch of zigzags, you don't understand what's going on. It's because you got to tap into the fundamentals. Okay, that right there, along with coach's authenticity, like you said, it's gonna set you off. Okay, that's huge right there, man. That is huge. Take that all the way to the bank.
Facts, all facts.
Let's see. That was question number 4. Different from other. Okay, question 5. How many students have you coached to success, coach? Roughly, you probably don't know the exact number.
Yeah. I don't. So I don't know the exact number. I know how many people have purchased things from me, and I know how many people have come through. The Elite FXU camp that was formerly LCA. That number is 1,100 worldwide. But I've got some stories that jump out at the top of my mind. I'd probably say that's about 36 people that I know. Like, if you ask me, like, yo, so like, what are some of your biggest wins? I can name, somewhere between 30 and 40 people as to how, like, who's had some crazy success. And, I know that there are people who have been through my stuff and will never give me credit at all. I just kind of accept that for what it is. Like, there are people that I'm actually cool with on Facebook, and I know that they've purchased my stuff, and I see them spanking charts, and I see some of the setups that they call out or that they talk about, and I know they learned it from me, but they give me no credit. And I'm like, it is what it is. I don't care, But if somebody were ever to say, like, man, like, what's one of the most memorable, stories that you got, I can be like, man, talk to my boy Ontarian, because before I taught him the fundamental game, like, he thought it took a whole month to make 10 or 20 G's in the Forex market. We did it in a day. Talk to my homegirl Vernell from the UK. She thought $10,000 in a month was crazy. We did it in an hour. Talk to my boy Drew, who, when he first became a mechanic, was told that he had to start at 40 grand a year and work his way up. He made 40 grand in a day. I got 3-4 dozen of those stories. You feel what I'm saying? But how many people I've helped to get to a point where, like, they're consistently making money, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. I know how many people I've enrolled, in terms of, like, who bought stuff from me and who's been to the live trading room and the Saturday morning markup and all that. I know that number, but in terms of how many lives have changed, I don't know. And I told myself I ain't even going to count no more. All I'm going to do is just focus on being the best version of myself, being the best trader that I can be, and just pouring out, gatekeeping nothing. And I know that God is going to make sure I get mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, hey, what I tell people is that you duplicate one person. If you got more than one duplication or just one duplication, that's good enough. But you got several, that's accolades right there, man.
Yeah.
That's unheard of in this field, for real. So kudos to you on that.
Appreciate it, man.
Now the question that people probably is waiting for, this 60,000, man. How in the world did you achieve 60 grand in a month?
A massive trade on GJ with some
massive trade on and GJ moves real good. Yeah,
massive trade on GJ. I definitely caught some nice moves on US 30 and NAS that month. But like the lion's share of the money came from a GJ buy. I told my team buy in at 197.9, stop loss at 197.4. It's like a 50 pip stop loss. And I told them to take profit at 204 because I knew it was a 600 pip move upside. There was a whole bunch of liquidity available.
100.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Central Bank of the United Kingdom, they kept their interest rates real high. The Bank of Japan said that they were going to potentially raise their interest rates, and they didn't. They chose to keep their interest rates low. So when GJ gave this crazy strong pullback, I was like, that's cap. That's a pullback. Buy it. And we bought the very bottom of the pullback, and that thing moved. That thing moved for 900 pips. I took profit too early, but it was a crazy move. And like when I teach twin trading, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got one pair by the toes, look to see if it's another pair that moves in the same direction or the opposite direction because of it, right? So you get two banger trades for the price of one. You feel me? So the same way I tell, like, yo, understand what the power of the dollar is. If the dollar is going up, Euro USD is going down, period. Right? But if you understand that the dollar is going up in value, and you also understand Euro USD and USD CAD have an inverse correlation. When one goes up, the other goes down. You got one analysis, but you got two trades, right? So if you're willing to put a little bit more risk on because you're confident in your analysis, hit them both. So I took GJ. I hit GJ hard. I hit EJ hard, and I took CAD JPY hard. Those three, just off of understanding that the Bank of Japan wasn't raising their interest rates, and the price of oil was going up. And I talk about the oil trade all the time. If the price of oil goes up, Canada does well, and because Japan has to buy oil from Canada, they print more money in order to maintain their oil purchases. So when I saw that Japan wasn't lowering their interest rates, oil prices were spiking at that point in time. Canada's interest rate was staying high. The UK bank, they kept the interest rate high. I was like, oh, we cooking these. So we hit all three of those. And there were some interim trades on US 30 and NAS. Like I kept selling those pullbacks. And I took some L's. I took some L's that month too. Like my win rate ended just under 40%. One of my better months in terms of like profit overall. But like it wasn't like I was shooting 100%. I just hit those 5 pairs real hard. And there were some other trades in between, but it was GJ. Like GJ paid out crazy stupid money.
Man, I bet it. Yeah, buddy.
And having enough funding, like it ain't like I took $12 and turned it into that. You know what I mean? Like having enough funding to be able to say, like, all right, cool. If I risk 5,000, will it break my whole bank? No. But if you risk 5,000 and you catch a 1 to 12 risk to reward, there goes 60 racks.
Man.
So yeah.
That's beautiful, man. and you threw in some those guys, and when you talked about the interest rate and all that, those are the fundamentals, right? That is real crucial when it comes to
somebody gonna watch this replay and they're gonna hear that and be like, oh, okay, cool. Like I just gave up some money right there, and that's that's something people have paid 5 figures to know. You know what I mean? Like that's what I paid 5 figures to know. Like somebody gonna watch this replay and be like, yo, that's some game right there. They're gonna take what I said and they're gonna find out.
Man, beautiful. Look at it. Yeah, because somebody just said it. Valuable information right there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, I told you guys when you came on, it's going to be $1 million information now. I wasn't lying to you now. Okay? This is what it is. So, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Just to end it, so there's people watching right now. They're floored, okay? And they want to get either they're new, they want to get their hands on Forex, they're intermediate, they want to polish their skills, or maybe I'm going to say, think they're advanced and want to hone their skills. What can you do for them for that? What's going to help all three of those people jump into this and be successful on a consistent basis?
So I believe that whether a person is beginner, intermediate, or advanced, all three of those people need to learn the 4 moves. So I teach that there are 4 moves that every single person needs to know in order to be able to consistently make money in the markets and literally just learn how to grow capital by adding zeros. So it's 4 moves. It's 4 moves that I teach, 4 moves that my coach taught me, and have everything to do with being able to properly manage your risk, being able to know when, where, and why the market is going to move in a specific direction, and then knowing when, where, and why to enter the market with where the risk is the lowest and the reward is the highest, right? So those 4 moves, I would tell anybody, like, I don't care where you are in your journey, if there is a ceiling on your income, it's because, especially when it comes to Forex trading, it's because you don't know one of, if not all 4 of the 4 moves. And the 4 moves have helped people to break through that barrier. Like the biggest thing, I tell people all the time, like, I don't trip about the money that I've seen people make. The number one thing that you'll see on my promotional banners of the student testimonials, the thing that you'll see consistently across every single student, and I'm talking different ages, races, cultural backgrounds, sexuals, and sexual preferences, they all say the same thing. I knew why. The market moved the way it did, and I was able to get in before the strong move showed up and ride the wave. So I tell every single person, if you're not cracking it the way you want to, you're missing one of the 4 moves. I can almost always pinpoint which one it is within a 10 to 15 minute conversation with anybody.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We're going to have something special for those who want to probably move forward. Is that right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
I see a lot of comments coming in that I'm just gonna just kind of scan and see.
For sure.
Norm, yes, this is being recorded, my friend. This is on YouTube and Facebook. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, many days. It's just people keep the I'm driving and losing. What's going on, Patrick? Yes, sir. It's gonna be on replay, my friend. Ed Singh says seems like majority will fail due to laziness and lack of stickiness. I think that's
stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's truth though.
Yeah.
That's gospel. So yeah, I mean, like the unfortunate thing, man, and I feel like I'm one of the few people, not saying there's nobody else saying this, but like, I feel like I'm one of the few people that's actually trying to stand on a mountain and yell like, hey, this is a unlimited income skill. You can't treat this thing the way you thought you could treat it. Like a lot of us were introduced to Forex trading via a sign up for $200, pay $99 a month opportunity.
Right.
Regardless of what the name of the company was. That's how many people were introduced to it. So the expectation is, oh, I'm only supposed to pay a little bit of money to learn how to make a whole lot of money. And that's not real. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think because the barrier of entry was so low to get access to this industry, the majority of people don't treat it with the respect that they should. They don't treat it with the respect that it deserves. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my background, but I saw like, yo, if you really get this right, like you could make crazy, stupid money, but
crazy money, man.
It's going, but it was like it's going to come at a cost, right?
Right.
Like to know that I could make what used to be my yearly income in a month, that kind of information should not cost $100.
Right.
It should not. And if anybody tries to tell me it only costs $100, I should be like, yo, that's cap. That's a scam. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Agree.
You know, I think because the barrier of entry was so low, people don't understand the amount of work, not even just the chart time and the studying and things like that. The amount of personal development work, because I tell my students all the time, I can teach you how to read supply and demand. You can learn moving average crossovers. You can learn institutional order flow. You can learn quarter level theory. You can learn market maker theory. I can teach you all that stuff so you can read a chart from left to right, like with the best of them. But have you done the personal work to be able to take a loss today and not want to throw your computer out the window? If you haven't, this probably ain't the game for you to play, because somebody will take a loss and be like, oh my God, it's a scam, and they want to go crazy. I'll take a loss and be like, cool, we'll get it back later. And it phases me none. You feel me? But like, that's the work that I've done. The work that I've done of mastering. If I lose one today, that's cool, because I can win 5 tomorrow. And as long as the 5 pays for the 1, I get to keep the difference. Say less. See you tomorrow, my friend. Like, it's that work that I've done. You feel me? And if people are not willing to do that work, then you don't deserve to make a lot of money. You don't.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, couldn't have said it better. Man. Christian, what's going on, my man? He said a lot of people make a lot of money trading gold, but many also lose it all with gold. Do you recommend staying away from gold for newbies?
I recommend that if you want to trade gold, you understand why gold moves in specific directions in the first place. And you can make that decision as a newbie. You can make that decision as an intermediate trader. You can make that decision as an advanced trader. I started to get familiar with gold as a newbie, but I didn't start really making money off gold until I was an intermediate advanced trader, because I was like, why does gold go up? Why does gold go down? And when I started asking those questions outside of just support, resistance, and trend lines and structure, it was like, what's going to make the price of gold go up? What is going to happen in the world historically that makes the buyers of gold buy gold? What needs to happen historically in the world in order for the sellers of gold to sell gold? Because if I know what makes gold go up or down, all I need is the data. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, that's all I need. I just need to know the data, because data doesn't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And when you understand historically what investors do based on specific numbers that come out at certain times relating to certain things in the economy, you know, like, man, you were, as a matter of fact, you were a part of it. Gold hit record highs this year.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
right,
man.
but if you remember, go back into our Discord, go back in October when the war started. I said, buy gold. We bought gold at 1830. And everybody said, how far is it going? I said, gold is going to take out 2000.
It shot up there.
And it went to 2100. And I told everybody, I said, it's going to go, man, how do you know? I said, because investors typically buy gold when there's geopolitical uncertainty. And the number one sign of geopolitical uncertainty is war.
Yeah.
And when war broke out,
went to the moon.
Gold went to the moon. And nobody in the community was shook. Everybody was like, Coach said it was going to happen. Did you participate in the move or not? So Christian, to answer your question, you can be a newbie, intermediate, or advanced. Just ask the right questions. What makes it go up or down? If you know that information, you can cook gold as soon as you want to.
Yes, sir. Man. And I can answer this next question. What percentage of your trading decisions are based on news? Shoot, probably 100%.
Atlanta, one of them, like we say in Atlanta, Atlanta, one of them. I need to know what is the market saying? What is the central bank of one country saying versus another central bank? How can I take those two tidbits of information and say, okay, cool, this one's going up, this one's going down, so I'm gonna sell this one, buy this one. There goes my trade opportunity. 100% of my trades. So like, more often than not, when I'm wrong, because again, I'm wrong, right? When I'm wrong, it's typically because I'm early. 90% of the time, when I get stopped out of a trade, I got into the right trade at the wrong time. 90% of the time.
And then there's many times in the group, coach, you'll say, okay, get back in because of, the entry is there now.
Yep. So it's that whole idea. Like, yeah, I could be wrong one time. I could be wrong 5 times in a row. I don't care. When I know what I know, it's just a matter of just finding the right entry, and because I'm a shooter, I'm like, hey, this is a pattern at a specific point of interest. Let's take the shot. Reward is lopsided in our favor against the risk. If I'm wrong, hey, whatever. I can be wrong 5 times in a row. But if that 6th time I'm right and that trade go 1-20, the 5 times I was wrong,
eliminated just like that.
It don't matter. You see what I'm saying? It's that mindset that makes me be like, yo, get back in. Yeah. All right, cool. It stopped me out today. I'm gonna go back tomorrow, see what happens. So 100% of my trade ideas are developed based on fundamentals. 100% of them.
Perfect. Christian says, how do you know for sure which zones of supply demand are the real ones? The price will bounce off. And then he said he's referring to the same zones that market makers know without having direct access to the order. I think he's talking about order blocks.
Yep.
So to read the depth of market in order to read the matching of sell and buy contracts at certain price levels.
So that's a good question. Glad you asked that, Christian. So the truth, no matter what anybody tells you, is you never know. You can only speculate, right? You can only speculate. You never know, because so when I break down points of interest, right? Within every move, there are points of interest that price can come back to, whether it's a buy or a sell. It can come back to it and bounce off of it. What I teach all of my mentees is that you need to know what each of those points of interest are, and you need to know when character is changing and when order flow shifts direction from that point of interest, so you can enter the market. So it just becomes a matter of trading mechanically because you understand the probability. So if there's I call them impulsive and parabolic moves. If there's a parabolic move, let's say GJ went up for 800 pips. Okay, cool. It moved in a singular direction for 800 pips, and now it's ready to pull back. Well, how far will it pull back? 50% is 400 pips. 70% is some other number. 79% is some other number. 87.5% is some other number. You need to know all 4 of those numbers so that when GJ comes back to that place, you can say, if a pattern emerges in combination with a news release that should make GJ continue the original move, I'll get back in. And you got to be able to take that pragmatic, systematic, if this, then that type of approach at each point, knowing that one of them will be right? You don't know which one, you don't care. You shouldn't care which one. You should know that one of them will be. When you know what you know, it's that whole idea of if it's not this one, then it might be this one. If it's not this one, then it might be this one. It was this one. You can get stopped out on the first two, and the third one can pay, again, the third one can be the one that moves the way you need it to move. It pays for your two losses, pays you crazy profit, and everybody's looking at you like, well, damn, how you make all this money? You only got a 30% win rate.
Mm-hmm.
That it's the math. Like the math don't change because I said the math is the math. Whether you black, white, brown, math is the math. So you never know which one. You just have to be willing to take the shot at any and all of them when certain things happen at those areas. The only way you know where the market's going to move from is if you control it. And the only way you get to control the market is if you're a liquidity provider or a market maker. And if you're not that, you're at the mercy of the liquidity providers and the market makers. You just got to just that's it. You got to take the shot when it show up. That's all.
Period. Perfect. Hope that makes sense, Christian. Natasha, what's going on, sis? Isaac, yes, there is a replay. Guys, we're streaming on Facebook, on my Facebook wall and YouTube. So the videos are going to be there, okay? You can go back and watch anytime. Rosemary, welcome from Canada. Welcome, sis. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have something special to send out to you guys that want to get started. As you guys heard, I'm just going to change his name from coach to professor or doctor because the way he surgically does this stuff, man, is crazy. This guy can surgically dissect the market. I've never seen anything like it. I'm telling you. You want the best coach in the world? This guy is it. I'm telling you right now. And I started Forex. I started dabbling in 2018. And I thought I knew something until I came across Professor. Professor is like, hey, Professor broke down the formula. He's the mad scientist of this thing. I'm telling you. Good. Great.
Glory to God.
You're gonna tap in with us. Coach, how soon can they because I know I'll be able to send out something to them.
Yeah, I'm actually so I'm getting your link together right now. So what I'm doing is another free masterclass, and the masterclass is designed to teach you the 4 moves so that way you know if I do these 4 things correctly, I will become profitable, period, in the story. You can take it to the bank, you can fight your mama on it, and you'll win that fight. Like, that's just what I know. If you master these 4 moves that I teach on in the Catch More Pips Masterclass that you guys will get a free invite to, if you do these 4 things, you will become consistently profitable as long as you do them in congruence with growing yourself, right? So I'm doing that masterclass, and it's a real masterclass. I don't want you to think that like, oh, it's a webinar and for 30 minutes, all you're going to try to do is pitch me something. That's not it. Like I tell people all the time, like when you come to my masterclass, come prepared to spend 2.5, maybe 3 hours. And in that 2.5, max 3 hours, I plan to teach you more than what any guru ever taught you in 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. And I'm going to give it all to you for free. I'm going to give you so much free game that the free game is going to be 100 times better than the paid game that you paid for. And my focus is to make sure that it's so good that you want to work closer with me. So that's the Catch More Pips Masterclass. I'm doing another one the day after my birthday on July 24th. It's a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm getting your link right now for you, Ontarian. So that way, if anybody's like, yo, I want to come to that, then all they got to do is just click on your link and register. Again, it's absolutely free. I limit the seats to 100 people because I know that like I try to engage with people in the Zoom and the chat and everything like that. Right. And beyond 100, it just gets crazy. Gotcha. Last time we opened up registration, 80 seats went that day. Gotcha. So as soon as I get the link to you, you can fire it out, man. And
well, folks, here's the thing. He said 100. So these are 4 moves that coach is going to teach you. That if you execute, if you follow the rules, your winning is going to be consistent in the
Yes,
market.
sir.
Okay, so as you guys heard, there's 100 seats only. And here's the deal: there's going to be people that's going to look at these replays on Facebook and YouTube. That's going to be well in the hundreds and thousands. Okay, so it's going to behoove you to message me as soon as possible. If you, especially if you're on Facebook, message me as soon as possible to get that link. If you're on YouTube, you want to get with me on Facebook ASAP. Don't comment on the video. Just track me down on Facebook and message me ASAP so I can get you that. So you can be one of the 100 people in the class. Okay? Because like I said before, guys, you're here not by accident. You're here because your financial situation is getting ready to change, and you're here because you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You tried Forex, you start, you stop, you start, you stop, and you don't know what's going on with you. Think something, like Coach said, you think something's wrong with you, but there's nothing wrong with you. You just got to get the fundamentals down, and this strategy that Coach is going to teach you, along with your mindset, and you're off to the races.
Thanks.
Okay?
There's a young lady who gave me a testimonial a while back, and she talked about the 4 moves. She talked about the system that I put people through, and she was like, "It's like baking a cake," and that was one of the best things I ever heard. You know,
Oh man,
she was like, "It's like baking a cake," and what I realized is that any knucklehead can bake a cake. Any knucklehead,
right,
as long as you are willing to follow the directions, right?
right,
But in order to follow the directions, you got to have the right ingredients.
that's
So
right,
you can be an obedient person that's coachable and ready to follow the right directions. But if you don't have 100% of, like, you can want a cake as bad as you want one. You can pray for a cake as hard as you can pray. God, I'm a good person. Make me a cake. Okay, cool. Do you have eggs? do you have butter? You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like,
yep.
if you ain't got eggs, if you ain't got the ingredients, it don't matter if you're a good person, you're praying, you're fasting, you giving to the poor, robbing the rich, and paying. It don't matter. You need the ingredients in order to follow the instructions. So
That's right.
I want to provide people not just with instructions, but also let them know the truth of what the ingredients are. Because I can give you the right ingredients, but if somebody else is on YouTube telling you, hey, yeah, if you want to make cake, what you need is ground beef, lettuce, cheese.
I don't want none of that cake.
That sounds like a taco, fam. that ain't cake. So if you want a cake, you need the right ingredient. You making taco cake? You know what I'm saying?
What is that, a hamburger cake?
So yeah, that's what you need. You don't just need instructions; you need the right ingredients. You know, so you gonna break
all
that
day
down.
long, all day long.
Go break that down.
But folks, I see you guys comment here. So Christian, Irma, Smith, what's going on, big Will? Mr. Smith, go ahead. You guys inbox me if you're on Facebook. Inbox me. That way, it's going to be easier for me to get that link to you. Okay. If you're on YouTube, get with me on Facebook. Okay. Inbox me. Whatever you got to do, guys, to track me down before those 100 seats are taken up. You want to get in this. This is the guy you want to be connected with. There's no other coach. I'm telling you right now, you can scrape the internet up and down for the rest of the time. You're not going to find anybody like this in the Forex game that's going to teach you what you really need to know. I guarantee. I'm gonna put a guarantee on it. That's how confident I am. I'm gonna put a guarantee on it. Okay.
I got your link right here. As a matter of fact, Ontarian.
What was that?
I got your link right here. I'm actually
okay. Yeah. That so because I got people are. Why are you passive income soft life? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Sky, that's Sky Frank. That's Sky.
What's she talking about?
Sky, what you talking about? See, look what she said. Why are you like this?
Oh, because she know I'm crazy. Like, Sky know I'm crazy. She's like, why are you this way? I told you I was this way.
Oh, I was like passive. Okay, that's not
Wait, man. Wait. So Ontarian, Sky just hit a 1 to 10 trade on GA.
I seen that. Sky, you killing it, Sky.
Just hit the
I
one that's
seen
on
that.
video.
I was like, man.
I dropped the link in your Telegram, Ontarian, so it's
Oh,
there.
in the Telegram? Okay, let me get my phone. I have my phone on the ground. Okay. We got folks in my inbox here. Okay, guys. Let me get this link to you. I see you guys are serious. I see that you're serious. And again, guys, only the first 100 folks, okay? Only the first 100 folks is going to get this, okay? And like I said, guys, when we first came on, I wasn't lying to you that this information was going to change your paradigm. Okay? A lot of you right now, your mouth is like wide open, like I've been in Forex, I've traded for it, but I never heard it like that. This is what you've been needing right here. This is the antidote. This is the medicine you've been needing. All right. So let me go ahead and send this out because I got you guys in my inbox right now. Let me go ahead and send this out to y'all. Because truth be told, it's gonna fill up. So you want to get your spot.
Yeah.
You want to get your spot, guy. I'm sending it right now. I'm starting from the top. Rodney, I got you coming, bro. Coming to you right now, Rodney. Kristen, coming to you right now. Kristen. Who's next? Marissa. Got you, sis. James Davis. Got you, sir. Can I get Adrian? I got you, bro. Mr. Smith. They coming in, coach.
I knew it was gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna happen.
All right. Who else? Somebody else just. I would like the link. There you go. Boom. Oh, it says page doesn't exist, coach.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold on.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, they said the page doesn't exist.
I got it. Give me 1 quick second.
1 second, guys. We're gonna get you fixed up.
Okay, I see what happened. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and make the adjustment on my side. One second.
We got you covered, ladies and gents. We appreciate your patience. You know that trade I told you about, I called you about earlier?
Yeah.
I went ahead and took a little profit, but I'm waiting on it to retest.
That's wisdom.
I took about 1,000 off the table.
Come on. And you started in that thing. You were at $300?
From $300.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. There you go. The one I just dropped you. That's the one.
Okay, cool. Let me get this.
And I just double checked it as well.
It's good. All right.
Yep.
I'm resending it to you guys. Okay. Let me start from here. All right, Rodney, coming back to you, sir. Adrian, coming back to you. Kevin. Mr. Davis. Mr. Smith. I got you, Christian. This is the one right here, sir. Marissa. Patricia. And let's see, Barry. And let's see. I'm requesting the master. Okay, I got you, Melinda.
Yo, I just looked at that GJ chart. from the point of entry to the highest point that it got to, that thing moved 1,010 pips.
You got to be kidding me.
On my life, go look at GJ right now. Remember, we got in at it was like 197.9, or let's just call it 198, because I remember we got in at that whole number. GJ, the high that it went to 208.108. I just looked at it.
That's crazy. 1,000 pips?
I think on 1,000, and all I did was call him for 600.
What?
Just 600.
That thing went crazy, man.
Went through the stratosphere.
Wow.
through the moon, past them. It went to the moon house and said, "Hey, fam, I'm just passing through real quick."
My goodness. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Carmen, go ahead and message me, Carmen. Chris, I got you, sir. I see you. Carmen, I see you. You got to message me, sis. Actually, I may beat you to the punch, Carmen. I'm in your inbox now.
Hey, Sky, if you're still watching this, Sky, go ahead and take your profit on GA, because that thing hit 11R from the entry.
That's crazy. GA went crazy, huh?
Man, we called the buy on GA at 1.897. That thing is at 1.935. I'm sorry, 933 right now. So GA went 362 pips, 1 to 11 risk to reward. So
Sky, you ate today, Sky.
I was targeting that because it was an old Sunday price.
Right.
I teach people about the Sunday open price, and it went right up to that Sunday open and started to break down. So go ahead, Sky. If you still watching this, take your money on GA.
She said she locked it in already.
Smart.
Sky, you ate today, Sky.
Sky, eating good.
Man. Any other questions, guys? Hey, we a little over an hour, but man, this has been fantastic. Got people locking in, man. We got folks locking in. I got you, Oreg Taylor. I'm sorry I missed you, man. I got you. I got you, Chris. All right, Coach. Well, look. Hey, Mr. Smith. So the replay is going to be, of course, it's going to stay here on Facebook, and then my YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube as well, folks. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere at all. He said, "I happen to scroll and stop." He said, "You know, I want nothing, man. You gonna get it, bro." Mr. Smith, you ran into you stopped at the right place, brother. At the right pit stop. You're right on. All right, Coach, man. We appreciate your time, Coach. It's been a blast. We got quite a bit of folks still on.
That's a bit. It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure.
Look, we about to change some lives, guys. So, hey, those of you who are getting into this, hey.
Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and say it for the recording as well. Anybody who registers for the free masterclass, they get a free digital copy of my book, 8 Reasons Why Forex Trading Hasn't Replaced Your Full-Time Job Yet and How to Fix It Fast. They get a free copy.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach, we appreciate you, man. All the nuggets. Hey, guys, this right here, $1 million video right here, guys. You guys got a lot of value tonight. And now it's up to you to take advantage. Okay? It's going to be, like I say, you guys that's on right now, you're getting first dibs to the master class. So Appreciate all of you coming in, messaging me and everything. There's going to be another flow of traffic of people who's going to watch this replay, and then they're going to be. I'm going to probably wake up to a lot of messages. So if you guys are watching this, if there are still people watching and you haven't made a move yet, inbox me as soon as possible. This is your ticket that you've been looking for. Like I said before, okay. Opportunities like this come once in a lifetime. I guarantee you, you're not going to hear this information anymore. I'm telling you right now. Okay. So we appreciate you guys coming on. And I got to block this spammer here, whoever this Harriet is. My goodness, man, y'all, these people.
They getting bold nowadays.
Man.
I done got 3 friend requests from MJ Worthmore this month. I'm like, wait, huh?
Harriet, I'm gonna throw a rock at your head. Get off my live, man. Dang.
I done got 3 friend requests from
me. Good night.
They getting ridiculous, man.
When we get off of here, boy. Go kick rocks. Go kick rocks with open toe shoes.
Facts.
Relentless.
Now open toe shoes.
Knock your big toe off or something. You get that pinky toe.
You a wild dude.
I'm coming for you, Harry and Tommy. Look alike.
Oh.
Man. Yeah, you're right, Christian. She's in a relationship with the Marcus or something. Good night. You can wait till we get off the live to start spamming.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
People
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good night, Coach. We appreciate you, man. You guys hit my inbox ASAP. Get in the master class if you still haven't yet. It's going to change your life. All right? Peace out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Peace.